Thank you very much, Mark. As it usually is, we're on the fly here, so we're going to recognize the Senate or the congressional candidates real quick. We're going to give you the mic, let you introduce yourselves to the group here, to the assembled here, and as soon as you get done speaking, just head on up to the stage. Then we'll get started with the forum. So, who's closest to me? Who's the closest one? Yeah, Secretary of State Matt Schultz. Matt.
Thank you. Well, it is awesome to be here with you tonight, and I want to tell you how much of an honor and privilege it's been to serve as your Secretary of State, and even being able to be back in Council Bluffs, where I was able to serve as your City Councilman for 5 years. And I just want to thank you for everything that you've done for me and giving me an opportunity to serve you. I also want to recognize a couple people: David Overholzer, who's our treasurer for our campaign. And Naomi, if you have any questions, Naomi's running our campaign here in Council Bluffs. And so I want to thank Naomi and Corrine and everybody who's volunteering. We couldn't do it without you. And if you're looking for yard signs, we have an office at the Omni Center, so drop on by. But I just want to tell you how important this race is and how important it is to me. As you all know, I have 5 children, my wife and I do. And I'm really concerned about the future of our country and where it's going. But I have great hope. I have great hope that we can change things. And I have to be honest with you. I want to go fight for you. I want to fight for your families. I want to fight for your children. I want a balanced budget amendment. I want to make sure that we repeal Obamacare and replace it with free market solutions. And I want term limits to make sure that we start sending people to work for the people instead of for Washington. And I look forward to be able to talk in more detail about these issues, and I'll turn my time over to the next person. But thank you for everything you do, and I also would humbly ask for your vote on June 3rd. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Matt. Also with us this evening, Mr. Monty Shaw. Monty?
Thank you. Here and around here. Yeah, Monty Shaw. Grew up down the road in Shenandoah. Dad was a farmer and a John Deere dealer. Mom was a registered nurse. I want to thank you for being here and being the backbone of the party. I've been a party volunteer for a long time. Was honored to represent you for over 4 years on the State Central Committee, where we had a track record of getting things done, bringing people together, standing for our principles, but finding that common ground that would let us move forward and elect more Republicans. And it's that type of skill set that I want to take to represent you in the U.S. Congress, where we can get things done and not just pound the table and shake the fist, but then sit down at that table, roll up our sleeves, go to work, and actually change the direction of this country. Because I don't like where it's headed. I don't like what it means for my children if all we do is sit down and let it continue to go this way. So I'd ask for your vote, and I look forward to your questions tonight.
Thank you, Monty. Next we have Mr. Robert Kramer. Mr. Kramer.
Thank you so much. I have some good news to start with. After getting a scary call about 2.5 hours ago, my campaign manager, who moved out here from Virginia, rolled his Jeep out there on I-80. So there by the Neola exit, some of you might have seen it as you came by. And we were very concerned, and we heard at first that he at least climbed out of it, which was a good sign. Well, then now we've heard he's actually already been to the hospital, been released, so it sounds like he's going to be okay. So we're very thank God for watching over him. I'm proud to say that I'm not a career politician. I've been a bridge contractor. We've done quite a bit of work here in Council Bluffs. We built the Broadway Viaduct, we built Avenue G Viaduct, we built the 24th Street Bridge without the artwork, and we're currently building those 2 flyover steel bridges. They're I-80, I-29, and a big project coming up. It's going to start here in a couple of weeks. They're at Highway 92 in I-29. But I really got to a point where I felt like I'd been complaining about government for a long time. I decided enough was enough. I needed to step up and do my call of duty and give back. And I felt like this way I was supposed to do it. But if this is about Robert Kramer, I'm probably not going to get very far. I want to recruit patriots like you to believe in limited government so we can have unlimited opportunity here in the 3rd District and across this country. And so if you believe in those kind of principles that we'll talk about tonight, then I'd love to recruit you to this team and go to Washington and pound some common sense into them. So thank you very much.
Greg. Next up, we have with us Mr. Joe Grandinet. Joe.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Joe Grandinet, elementary PE teacher from Des Moines, Iowa for 26 years. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is in a crisis. The federal government is out of control with the help of Barack Obama and his policies, Nancy Pelosi, Harry Reid, and yes, John Boehner. They have pitted the middle class and the elderly against the poor and entitlements. We lose. That has to change. I challenged a 20-year incumbent because I've had it. I've run before in Des Moines, Iowa. I lost by 13 votes in 1998 for Polk County Supervisor to a 24-year incumbent. I know what it's like to go against an incumbent. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the common man that you can trust to tell the truth. See, Abraham Lincoln is our leader for the Republican Party. You got the number 1 and 2 man for the Republican Party. They turn over in their grave if they knew what the Republicans were doing. And that's where I come in. Because I'm the common man. See, what I will bring to the Republican Party is diversity. I'm a teacher. I'm a coach. I had a small business for 14 years, sports nutrition store. I've done a lot with my life to put me in position to win this election. And I have the passion to beat the Democrat in November. See, when you run for office, you have to stand up and stand tall and never waver. And I will never waver to a liberal Democrat. Never. It will never happen. And you can count on that, just like my students have for the last 26 years. Because they believe in me, they trust in me. I'm Mr. G. I'm Coach G. Thank you very much. Joe Grandinet, I'm asking for your vote.
Thank you, Mr. Grandinet. Appreciate it very much. Next up, we have Senator Brad Zahn. Mr. Zahn, thank you very much.
Are we still? Thank you very much. My name is Brad Zahn. Thank you for taking time to listen to all of us. We have a great, you all have very tough decisions to make because you're going to see there's some great candidates there. And I'm going to talk about what I've done, some of the accomplishments that I've made, and just for a lot of the new faces that are here tonight. My first business was a custom round baling business. And I worked for my dad's John Deere dealership. And I always had a dream to have a hardware store. And I bought a hardware store in Urbandale and had that for 18 years. And I sold that store, and today I've got an IT company in West Des Moines with a business partner that we've grown in 5 years to over 200 employees. Well, when I had that hardware store, I didn't really like what was going on in my city. So I ran for city council. I was successful there. Figured out real quick that I needed to be the mayor to make changes. What we did in Urbandale is I ran that city like a business. We had the highest property taxes, some of the highest property taxes of Des Moines, the Des Moines metro area. And when I got done 7 years later, we had the lowest property taxes. I'm proud to say I'm a member of the Iowa Senate. I've taken thousands of votes, and we'll be talking about some of those votes. And I look forward to your questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Zahn. Last up is Mr. David Young. David?
Great to be here. Thank you, folks. I'm David Young. I'm a 6th-generation Iowan from Van Meter, born and raised there, live there today. Went to Drake University, worked around central Iowa here in the district after that a little bit, and then I banged on Chuck Grassley's door. In the last 7 years, it's been an honor to work for Iowans as his chief of staff and being trusted by him. And you know, when you work for someone like Chuck Grassley, it's darn good training. And what I learned from him is how to listen. Now, we're going to have our mouths open tonight, talking to you because you want to know what we have to say, but I spend most of my time asking questions and listening to folks because I can be no better advocate if I'm not listening to folks. He also taught me to know who your boss is. Not Mitch McConnell, not John Boehner, but folks in Fremont County, Mills County, Pottawatomie County. That's who you report to. That's who you're loyal to. That's who you represent. And also, as someone of faith, you know, he taught me that you don't have to lose your soul in Washington, D.C. when that Potomac water's flowing through there. You know, as his chief of staff, I didn't get drunk on the Potomac water, and I won't, should I be honored to be your representative. The Raccoon River water in Van Meter suits me just fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, David. Gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to up on stage to just file one after another up to the stage.